I got the bloodlust. Me too. I want to kill. Let's kill.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to The Bloodlust. This is your go-to podcast for classy broads talking horror. This is episode 218 of the program. Tonight we're talking about M3GAN, the latest killer doll movie to come down the pipeline. My name's Amy. I'm your fearless leader, joined as always by my lovely, talented co-host, Jamie. Hey, buddy.
Hey there.
Sorry you can't see my lovely face behind my new rig setup. Got a little arm instead of a desk stand for my mic, so now I'm just hiding behind it.
Listen, you're a level of fanciness and professionalism that I have not quite reached.
Well, one day, Jamie, one day. You look professional right now. I don't know why, but you look very studious.
Oh, I'll take it.
Surprisingly alert for someone who's had 3 hours of sleep.
Listen, nobody's more surprised by that than me.
Jamie and I had fun yesterday. We can't talk about it. We had adult fun. Not the dirty kind.
Not sexy adult fun.
No. We'll just say we live in close proximity to Ann Arbor, where certain things are legal.
Or decriminalized, at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Which allows us to have fun times sometimes.
Yeah, and when paired with shows about the deep ocean, really makes for a fun time.
Yes. And psychedelic Tetris.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's what we've been up to, listeners. But we're here to talk about M3GAN, M3GAN, however you'd like to pronounce it.
Yes.
I can't wait to figure out how they fit the number 2 into that for the sequel. I'm sure they will.
They'll find a way.
Yeah. So our roundtable tonight, in keeping with the killer doll theme, is Jamie. What's your favorite killer doll movie?
Oh, my favorite killer doll movie. Wait,
and listeners, if you think there's only one, please be corrected.
You're wrong. There's like 7.
There's a million killer doll movies.
Are there a million?
Well, there's at least a dozen.
7. There's at least 7. Fair enough. Question.
Yes.
Would you count the weird little like totem doll or like shrunken head doll from the Cat's Eye anthology?
That was not a doll.
It
was a monster.
That's why I thought I'd ask, because otherwise that'd be my favorite.
There was a doll in the Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black. It was like an African, like a Zuni killer doll.
Okay, I feel like I remember that.
But in anthologies, no, that was a monster.
Okay.
A small little monster.
Then that's
probably
my favorite
like a
small
gnome
monster
or something, I would think. Or a goblin.
Okay. Just figured I'd ask because
I appreciate the clarifying questions. I'm happy to clarify the roundtables.
So otherwise, I'm going to go with Puppet Master. Because
the original or
the very first one.
Because there's been about 12, I think.
And I admittedly have not seen all 12. I've probably seen 2 or 3, but
we did watch one for the show back in the day.
That's true. Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, I loved the first one. I remember loving the video cover of it and checking it out from Blockbuster and getting excited that they'd let me check it out and they never questioned my age. I must have spent a lot of time in the horror section.
It's a movie about killer toys. Obviously, kids are going to want to watch it.
If you don't remember Blockbuster, like sometimes they had some real strict people up there at the things.
You're right.
So
that's why I went to Video Time Video, because it had a back room and it sold.
Blockbuster also had a back room, but
did it? But it was only like Skinamax stuff, wasn't it? There wasn't actual porno.
I don't know. I never went back in there.
I don't think there was. They weren't allowed to have porn because they weren't even allowed to show X-rated or rent X-rated movies. Like if you wanted the unrated version of something, you had to go to like Family Time or whatever, or maybe not even Family Time.
How funny that for the X-rated version you had to go to Family Time. That doesn't.
Maybe it wasn't Family Time then,
but
maybe it was just my local video stores that had them. I don't know. But the video store I worked at had lots of porn, and we could rent because that was our perk. We got porn for free and horror for free. And I lived at home, so guess what I brought home every day?
Horror and porn.
No.
Oh, okay. Just the horror, probably.
Puppet Master, excellent choice.
Yeah.
I like the movie Small Soldiers very much. It's very funny. And it is a child's movie, and it's not horror, but it's probably my favorite killer toy movie.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh, it's so funny. And it's got so many interesting Easter eggs and cameos of people from like indie movies and stuff. It's really good. I recommend
your word
it.
for it.
It's maybe something fun to watch with the nieces and nephews sometime.
Interesting.
It is a kid's movie.
Okay.
It's not like Puppet Master.
Okay.
And then there's this weird movie from the 80s called Pin. It might have been 1990, but it's about this family, this brother and sister who've grown up with their dad, who is a physician, and he used this life-size anatomical doll to teach them about sex. And he also I don't know, he would make it like talk and stuff. And so the teens develop an unhealthy obsession with this doll. And it's very weird and psychosexual and bizarre and based on a novel from the 80s.
Yeah, that sounds real bizarre.
Yeah, it's called Pin. And
Okay.
I suggest it. It's a very weird movie.
Noted. Pin.
Pin.
I'll put a pin in it.
Put a pin in that. So, listeners, what is your favorite killer doll movie? Obviously, there's Child's Play.
Obviously.
What else do we have? We have The Boy.
The Boy.
We have Annabelle. Magic. The Anthony Hopkins ventriloquist dummy movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's more than you think.
I wouldn't have even thought of that one. Dead Silence, isn't there? There's
Dead
a
Silence is a
ventriloquist.
James Wan movie, and it's pretty good. Has a fun twist. Also has Amber Valletta in it, who I used to have a big crush on.
I don't know who that is.
She was a model. She did some acting. She was in What Lies Beneath. She looks a little bit like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Was it Michelle Pfeiffer in What Lies Beneath?
Yeah, that was the whole conceit of that movie, is that like her husband had like an affair with a younger woman who kind of looked like her and whatever.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So listeners, tell us your favorite killer doll movie. Also, some new business before we move on to the review. Sorry, Fiction Isn't Real. We accidentally put the wrong trailer for the wrong Harbinger movie. You were right. The Andy Mitten one is the one we were going to do if M3GAN didn't work out for us. But obviously, it's still in theaters, still making lots of money, so we were able to do it. But yeah, we put the wrong trailer because Jamie hadn't seen the movie. I just told her about it, and 2 movies with the same name came out. So we're sorry. It was the Andy Mitten one. We do plan on doing it at some point. I did think it was pretty good. So hopefully we'll circle back to that one pretty soon. And sorry for the confusion. And one more bit of new business before we move on. We received some very good news this past week that not only is the Nosferatu movie adapted by Robert Eggers back on, but Willem Dafoe is going to be in it. I'm hoping as the titular character. I can't think of any modern actor I'd like to see play him more.
I mean, we can only wait and see.
If he doesn't cast him as Count Orlok, I'll be very disappointed. But I assume he will. And that's some great casting.
I trust his judgment, whatever he decides to do.
I mean, he could cast Bjork again. That'd be awesome. I'd be okay with that.
Right.
So there's some good news, an oopsie on our part, and our roundtable. So with all that business aside, shall we start talking about the movie, M3GAN?
Let's get in it.
All right. Jamie, the stats, if you would.
The stats. So this is directed by Gerard Johnstone, written by Akela Cooper, story by Akela Cooper and James Wan. Stars Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, and Amy Donald. Rated PG-13. Runtime an hour 42 minutes. It was released January 6th of this year, 2023. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 94% critic score, 78% audience score, and it is currently available in theaters. And I also believe it's streaming now as well. If not for free somewhere, I think it's at least available to rent.
It's got to be a $20 rental if it is.
Right. It's
it's
something,
still in
but
theaters.
I did read that it's also streaming in addition to theaters.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun to see in the theater.
Yeah.
We had a laugh. There was a good amount of people, more people in our theater for something that's been out for almost a month than
Definitely more
most of
folks.
the stuff I go see.
Yeah, more folks than I expected for sure.
Yeah. So I think that's a good sign. High Rotten Tomatoes, higher than the last movie we watched, which I now can't even remember. The Menu, which was also very well received.
Yeah.
So what is this about? Well, it's a killer doll movie. We already done told you. But what the setup is, Allison Williams plays a robotics nerd, an engineer who is working for this company who makes like Furbies, but Furbies you interact with iPads. So it's like a newer version. And she really wants to do something a little more serious, and they've been working on this incredibly lifelike child robot that has all of these applications, like to mind your kids for you and help your kids grow up to be well-rounded and stuff. And so when her niece loses both of her parents in a car accident, she decides to, and has to come stay with her, she decides to test out this robot and let it bond with her niece, which is just about as good an idea as you'd expect.
Right. Aunt of the year.
Yeah. Aunt of the year. Oh, she's a horrible parent. My goodness. One of the worst parents I can think of in a modern. I mean, she's not like a horribly abusive parent, but boy, she does not care.
She also, in her defense, doesn't seem to have the slightest idea
of what to do with the child.
What to do.
Right. That's true. All she knows how to do is reprimand.
Yeah.
So this movie was directed by Gerard Johnstone, and you might not recognize that name because he's only made one other horror film, but the horror film he did make is a little movie called Housebound, which is a favorite of the podcast from way back, one of the first movies we reviewed, and still one of my favorites.
Yep. It was a delight.
Has a great balance of creepy and funny, really likable characters, and a story that goes in places you didn't expect. And so I, for one, and I'm sure Jamie agrees, heartily recommend Housebound.
For sure.
But what did we think about this film?
Well, I liked it a lot.
You enjoyed yourself?
Yes. I don't think I watched a single like full trailer for it, but I had, you know, obviously you get the gist of what's happening in the story. I was just pleasantly surprised. So I had kind of low expectations because I'm just not wild about killer doll type movies.
Yeah.
It's not scary to
I
me.
don't find
And
them
I feel like
scary.
it's, yeah,
no.
and I feel like it's difficult to even make them sort of interesting now. So the fact that it's paired with this idea of AI, like an AI interface that also is constantly learning and constantly picking up things you're saying and possibly learning and advancing to a degree that it goes outside the parameters that you had once set for it because it has access and the ability to do such things. That's got obviously a very Black Mirror-esque theme.
Yeah, the implications are make it much more interesting than your average
And so I love
curse doll or whatever.
I loved that. And then plus M3GAN, that character herself, she looked so uncanny valley in the face, and the way she moved was like really well done. Like, it was very believable as like an AI robotic toy.
They did a nice job of combining the real life actor with puppetry.
Yes.
And superimposing kind of CGI over top. It worked out very nicely where it didn't look, they nailed the uncanny valley, like you said.
Yeah. I thought the story was interesting. I thought the acting for the most part was good. The only person I didn't love was the CEO guy. I just thought his acting wasn't that great and his character was kind of annoying, but he was funny in that he was obnoxious, and we know what happens to obnoxious people generally in these types of movies. So
that's true.
Use your imagination. But I thought the little girl did an amazing job.
You mean the girl who played M3GAN or the girl who played...
No, the girl who played
Katie or whatever?
Katie. Yeah. I thought she did a really stellar job for a little kid. Mm-hmm. And she was in it a lot, so she was having to hold a lot of sort of emotionally heavy scenes about like the death of her parents and talking to M3GAN and just watching this struggle of like a little girl who's been traumatized and doesn't know how to work through those feelings, but
and has no help
instead of having a human interaction where they can sort of work on those and talk through what they're feeling, they have this doll who at the same time is using the information being told to them to manipulate and learn more about Katie and the people around them, so like she can be her ultimate protector. It's just a very interesting concept. And it was a little bit, it's not like super deep, but it had a little more depth than I probably expected it to.
It's the implications.
Yeah, it's always the implication.
I agree. It had, as silly as it was, and it's right from the outset, even like the car crash stuff at the beginning was funny.
Yeah, as funny as a car crash could be.
I mean, I feel like they got that tone right again. You know, I felt like they did it with Malignant.
Yes.
That it was just going to be, I mean, this isn't like batshit nuts, throw everything at the wall. This is more...
No, and not like camp.
No, it's more restrained, but it's still, everything is pretty winky in here. And I think they did a good job with the balance of that. We definitely laughed a lot in the theater.
Yes, I appreciated that. I mean, there were just very odd, unexpected moments of humor, which was funny because when shit starts to like pick up and M3GAN starts to become murdery, like she doesn't hold back. And so it's nice to pair that with some chuckles because, I mean, seeing a life-size-ish doll run on all fours through the woods.
That was delightful.
It's something I never knew I wanted to see.
Evidently, they did that because that's such a problem for modern robots. So it was kind of like a little...
How funny.
Yeah, because they can't get quadrupedal running down in robots. They can't figure it out. So it was supposed to be like a triumph, you know, like she nailed it.
Well, she nailed it.
This was originally supposed to be R-rated. I don't know if you read that too. But
no.
When the trailer went viral on TikTok, they figured, okay, well, our audience for this needs to skew a little younger. And evidently, it was decently close to a PG-13 anyway. So they were like, screw it, let's just make it a PG-13. Mm-hmm. But there is an R-rated cut out there, and it'll probably be released. At least the screenwriter hopes it'll be released. I can't imagine there's too much more, but there's a higher body count in it.
Interesting.
And this movie is kind of a triumph in a way because usually, and I mean for the last 45 years, movies that are released on the first Friday of January, that's like the dumping ground for garbage. And they don't normally get a fresh Rotten Tomatoes score.
Right.
Like almost no movie released in the first week of January is critically acclaimed. This is the first one of the first ones in 45 years, which is crazy. But I think James Wan has gotten this kind of toned down and has kind of nailed it. And choosing Gerard Johnstone to direct this was a perfect choice.
It really was.
I mean, look at The Boy, which we reviewed many years ago. I think that one is one that was done with a totally straight face, and it was so boring and lifeless and it had no personality. You know, I think that they've really, James Wan has now figured this formula out, and I'm excited to see what else he does next and what the sequels to this are going to be like. And the sequel has already been greenlit, obviously, because this has gotten so much buzz.
Yep. And it definitely leaves it open-ended at the end. So
you
kind of assume that'll happen. If there's an opportunity for a franchise, they're going to do it.
Yeah. I liked the little, there's some cute little Easter eggs in this. She ends up looking a lot like Chucky by the end.
Yes.
And the final fight is very similar to in Child's Play. And there's... I heard you ask if it was Toy Soldiers that she was playing in the piano. Yeah. And I was like, I wish I was sitting next to Jamie. Cause
I like immediately recognized it. Like, shut
by
up.
step, heart to heart. Yeah.
Not a
great.
song you often hear in
No.
movies. But it's a jam. If you haven't heard it, look it up.
Martika, Toy Soldiers. That was a very cute little touch.
It was. That just really was like the icing on the cake for it. And that was kind of towards the end. And that's when I was just truly sold by that point. I was everything about this is, they're doing it all right.
They're doing it all right.
Also, that house. I was obsessed with the house.
It looked like a Frank Lloyd Wright house.
It was just like a
from the outside,
great,
and all of those
ranch
beautiful
style, mid-century modern.
You know, I love that era. I love a ranch.
I love a ranch, and I love
a
mid-century
ranch.
modern.
Listen, I foster senior dogs. I need a ranch. I can't be having stairs. Plus, I just like how they look.
They're nice. I love
When
mine.
I was little, I had a ranch. That's where I grew up. And I always wanted stairs. I thought stairs was like the mark of, you've made it.
The height of
bougie.
luxury.
Yeah. But now I just like a ranch. I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Yeah. Tried and true.
So what'd you think of Allison Williams?
I thought she was really good in this.
She's funny in these movies like this and Get Out because she plays it so straight. Mm-hmm. Everything is just deadpan, which I do like with her. And she's unfortunately for her, she's got that face, that white bitch face where, you just kind of want to hate her. She's that bitch.
Yeah.
And it works really well for her.
Yeah, she didn't really have any, none of the humor necessarily came from her character, which I think worked out really well because the humor was almost solely either on her, coworkers a handful of times, but mostly M3GAN. Just, the mannerisms and
her facial expressions.
M3GAN, you see in the background her eyes, peeking through the window or something.
Yeah. I think that was smart to play most of the movie very straight and have the actors play it straight except for her. I like that.
Yeah.
What did you think about scares and suspense? Did you find it scary? I didn't really find any of the suspense. Not really. I mean, it was pretty predictable in that respect. We saw Bruce, the big robot, and of course he's going to come into play in the
Chekhov's
ultimate
robot.
Yeah, Chekhov's robot.
What were we talking about? Lost my train of thought. I got distracted by Chekhov's robot.
The scares.
Oh, scares. Yeah, I agree. There weren't many, but there were tense moments that, I don't know, for a seasoned horror person are not going to be super extreme and not going to really get you going. But again, it creates a really nice balance with some of the more serious notes and then some of the comedic tones that you get in it.
Well, you sat next to Kay. Did she jump?
No, I didn't notice any jumps.
Okay. Because that's usually the gauge for me if something is going to be scary to normies.
Yep. No, I didn't clock any jumping.
Okay.
I would say the most intense part or the part that had the most suspense to it was, I mean, a little bit of spoiler here, but M3GAN's, is it her first kill? No, it would be her second. Although
the neighbor lady?
The neighbor lady, but also I am going to take that back and say the scene with the little boy and Katie.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty good.
That was intense and kind of frightening for an
but
entirely...
also funny.
Well, I mean, it was funny, but just that initial quick interaction between that kid and
the
Katie,
menacing between the boy.
That was
disturbing. That was disturbing in the Jamie Stamp way of being disturbing.
Yes. And so, of course, I was like, all right, they're going to a weird place and I'm on board for this. But it was these were little kids. And that kid was fucked up.
That kid was creepy.
Not going to say he had it coming, but he might have had it coming.
He might have. As M3GAN said, bad little boys sometimes turn into bad men.
Yeah. So just...
Was she wrong? I don't know. I don't think so.
Just weed them out early.
That's right. As with most movies like this, I was rooting for M3GAN. I'm sure you were as well.
Well, sure.
Yeah. Because, I mean, she would have taken better care of Katie than the aunt.
I think that was clear.
Yeah. She did have Katie's best interests at heart. I loved that scene. Kay mentioned to me she would have wanted, that scene where they do the initial test with M3GAN and Katie. And Katie's sad about her parents, and M3GAN says, tell me a memory of your mom and all that stuff, which I thought was very effective.
Yes.
And smart, and a good little piece of writing for a movie like this.
Yep.
Kay thought that they wasted that a little bit and thought that they should have used more M3GAN using that kind of stuff to manipulate. Not Katie, but to manipulate Allison Williams' character and stuff.
It kind of was building up to the idea that maybe that was going to happen, or that. But who's to say that might not be partly in our version?
Maybe. I kind of hoped so. I liked how it ultimately, like towards the end, became M3GAN trying to pitch like co-parenting.
Yes.
That killed me. That was so funny. She even like puts a hand on her shoulder, like, you can work and I'll take care of the child.
And I'll take care of the child. And Katie like peeks out the door and she's like, no, everything's fine. We're just talking.
Yeah, mommy and mommy are just talking.
Yeah, we're just working things out. You don't need to worry about it.
Mommy and M3GAN are talking. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, I liked that. Was very clever. I liked that a lot. And I don't exactly get the queer love for M3GAN except for that, but I'm on board for it. Anytime there's a character this camp, I'm okay. I mean, the gays always come for camp characters. We love them.
Well, she was the most camp part of the movie.
Absolutely.
It was very toned down, but in relation to like if you were comparing it to Chucky.
Or even Malignant.
Yes.
Because it's definitely not as batshit as Malignant.
The first 20 minutes of Malignant, you were like, okay, what?
It kind of made me wonder, like, what if Gerard Johnstone had directed Malignant? How much it would have been even better.
It would have.
Although he wouldn't have had that batshit tone, so I don't know.
Let's leave it alone. Let's not think of it.
Malignant but I really
was fine the way it was.
Gerard Johnstone to direct something else.
Yeah, I forgot that makes me so happy knowing that
I forgot that we missed him. You know what I mean? Like I like to check back to see what directors that we've loved movies from are doing, and I haven't. This is the first thing from him in a long time besides television. So,
well, I'm glad he got on it.
Yeah, and I hope it means more stuff for him, and that he's interested in doing more horror comedy because he's got a real aptitude for it.
Yes.
So, what do you think you want to rate this?
Oh man, I'd probably be confident in rating this like a 4.
I was gonna rate it a 4, but they killed the dog, so it's a 3.5 for me.
I mean, it's implied you don't see a body.
It was enough for me.
It's fair.
They showed the dog.
I'm sorry, that dog was an asshole.
Only to kill it. I mean, yes, but she should have fixed her damn fence.
She should have.
If that's her fence, and that dog has a shock collar or whatever, yes, it's mean, but I have a mean dog, and I just keep him.
You do not.
He's mean to others. He loves you.
Whatever.
When you got a mean dog, you got to take care and make sure that it's reined in. And she should have kept that fence. If she had a problem with that dog, she should have kept her damn fence.
Well, they're both
fixed.
dead now.
That's true. That's true. I don't think we need to do spoilers for this unless you want to talk about particular kills or anything. I mean, there is a one that we don't have to say who, but somebody gets acid washed, which was pretty disgusting. That's what she was doing.
Wait, who gets acid washed? Oh, yeah. Just kidding.
That's what that was in that chemical spray.
Yes.
Because that's why she bled then
I got
after.
confused, yes.
Yeah.
And I also appreciated the one-time use of the paper cutter blade.
Yes!
A la, what was that one movie we watched?
Belko Experiment.
Yes, the Belko Experiment. Like, we loved it then. It was crazy to think that you've never seen a movie where that's utilized. And hers looks much more machete-like, but it makes for an effective weapon.
Yeah, that was great.
That scene where she grabs that, or I don't even know if she has it at that point, but she's about to like run after and hunt down the CEO guy, and she just busts out in that weird little dance, and there's no explanation for it. You don't know why she did it. It doesn't lead to anything necessarily. It's just... She
just wanted to do it.
She just wanted to do it because she's about ready to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable movie.
Yep.
I would recommend it to people who like horror comedies. Even though we're not big horror comedy people, I think it worked for us. If you like campy, silly stuff, You'll like this. It's not heavy on gore, obviously, because it's PG-13.
I like this kind of horror comedy. Like, in the hands of a good screenwriter, a good director, and when it has this, like, nice balance, and you're not trying to go too hard in the paint with the comedy.
It didn't feel like it was trying too hard.
Yeah, then I appreciate it, because then it's much more skillful, and it's more artful that way. Unlike Cooties, which kind of I remember having sort of high hopes for, because, well, I love Elijah Wood, and just the concept seemed really funny.
But they
and
tried
interesting.
too hard.
But Jesus, yeah, tried way too hard, and it ended up being supremely unfunny. And I hated Final Girls, and that was kind of the same way to me. Like, it was just too heavy-handed with, like, these jokes that it's like, it's too much. Like, you gotta pepper them in there when appropriate.
I feel like horror comedy is one of the hardest subgenres to nail. Because horror
both are so
alone
incredibly subjective,
and comedy alone are really difficult.
So you're trying to hit somebody's horror sweet spot and somebody's comedy sweet spot and find that
maybe the hardest
blend. Yeah,
it's maybe the hardest subgenre to do.
I mean, I think of what was the Perfection, which I still can't remember if that was meant to be funny.
I don't know. I think it had to have been, because it was so ridiculous.
That was such an effectively funny horror movie. Like, it was disgusting and horrific, so horror win. But the humor and the ridiculousness was so on point.
But that was played completely straight too, so that's a good way to do it.
And wasn't that also
Allison Williams?
Oh, look at that.
She's a scream queen, goddamn it.
I love her. Keep it up.
I love her too, in her supremely unlikable way. Oh, I've been making this weird sound with my microphone cord this whole time. I hope it doesn't show up. Can you hear it?
Well, now I can. You've got it right up in there.
Yeah. So what are we doing next, Jamie? You want to tell them?
We're doing a little film called The People Under the Stairs.
That's right. We talked about it in one of our last episodes of the year, and we decided we were going to revisit some stuff this year. And this was numero uno on our list of things we haven't seen in a while and we wanted to revisit. So that's what we're doing next. So join us back here in 2 weeks' time when we will be discussing The People Under the Stairs. One of Wes Craven's best movies. We'll discuss.
Yeah, I will make that statement.
Yes, I will too. Well, this has been fun. Anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
I can't think of anything, Amy.
No?
No. Just that anyone out there who likes zombie stuff or like weird...
I was just going to say.
Biological stuff, were you just going to say that? I'm sure everyone's aware because it's obviously the hot new show right now, but that Last of Us show is real creepy. Real enjoyable. Plus, Pedro Pascal is a dreamboat.
Yeah, he's something. I'm glad he's getting more popular.
Me too.
I do have to watch that. I'm going to get on it soon.
And it's what's her name? Anna.
The little girl?
No,
I don't know her.
The actress. She's from Mindhunter. She plays the...
Oh, the psychiatrist from Mindhunter?
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
she's in it.
I liked her okay.
Also from Fringe.
Oh, we saw the trailer for A Knock at the Cabin. It looks good, but I'm worried about what they've changed and how that's going to be. The book's very good. Did you read the book?
I did not.
I think you should borrow it before the movie. I have a copy.
Maybe.
Do you not like him?
I don't know who it is.
Paul Tremblay? The guy who did A Head Full of Ghosts?
I haven't read that either.
Oh, you got to read some of his books, man.
The fiction is hard for me.
I know, but they're easy reads, and he's a good writer. And A Knock at the Cabin at the End of the World is scary.
Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe. We also saw a trailer for John Wick 4, which I know I'm tardy to the John Wick party, but I have recently watched all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I've probably mentioned it before, but like the first one is one of the best movies ever. So I'm pretty excited for the 4th one.
And who'd you say was in it? Another fucking Skarsgård?
Yeah, Bill.
He
They're,
is in
all over the
everything.
place.
Everything.
Yeah. They really want the world to love Bill.
They're
He
really
want
shoving
him to be
Bill
America's
Skarsgård
sweetheart.
down our throat. Well, he's not America's sweetheart.
It's fine.
And they got to stop trying to make him America's sweetheart. He's a weird-looking motherfucker.
He didn't look that weird in the trailer.
Well, that's surprising. But he's a bad guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, that makes more sense. All right, well, this has been fun. Jamie, thank you for joining me. I enjoyed seeing the movie. Mm-hmm. It was a fun time. I'm sure we're going to have fun watching People Under the Stairs.
We will. I'm very excited.
All right, thanks, listeners, for listening. Hopefully you've given us a rating and a review. We're still sitting at 84. I'd sure love to get some more. I check all the time. Breaks my little heart. Is that what you want?
Don't break our heart.
Don't go breaking my heart. Anyhow, we hope you're doing well, keeping warm. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks when we'll be discussing The People Under the Stairs. And until then, I've been Amy.
And I'm Jamie.
And we appreciate you. We appreciate your business.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Good night. Hail Ratma.